He's been called Chris Paul, Steph Curry. I mean, those are nice praise for a rookie.
I don't. Here's a three. There you go.
This offseason, teams inquire with the Rockets, ask about you. The Suns, I was told, asked about you. You were made untouchable in those conversations.
On the second night of a back-to-back after that blowout win in Phoenix.
Gotta get a shot up.
Reed Shepperd did and made it over the top of Kawhi Leonard. Shepperd pulled back over KJ. Nasty. Just nasty and icing on top of the Rockets playoff game.
A team called about you, but we're not trading you. Like, you're good, you're untouchable. Like, did you hear that verbatim?
No, not really.
All right, so I'm telling you.
No, now.
You get to break that news.
That's why he's smiling.
Well, now tuned in to the Dark Times Show.
And so, as many of you may know already, third-round pick overall in 2024, Reed Shepperd had a chance to make his second summer league debut, and he did not disappoint.
Sure. Shepperd to the left, the spin, bucket, points. Rockets down by 10, trying to cut into that. Shepperd switching hands at the very end. The trap, Shepperd, his first look. Trey be in. Shepperd, nowhere to go. Good defense by Flowers. Shepperd to the hole, soft.
He gets it in a way, and he's ready in a way that you can't be coming out of college. So I'm excited for this year for him. And Reed's doing his best to make me look good.
Auburn in his junior year, he had 28 points and 28 big ones.
Reed Shepperd gets 3 big ones there. See the help defenders ready to come. Shepperd, the tween, the fire, the connect. He's on fire. Shepperd over Sanders from way outside.
And so Reed Shepperd definitely did his thing last night and gave us a glimpse at what he could be and what the season could look like playing for the Houston Rockets. And he's kind of one of those cases in which he kind of fell by the wayside during the season because the Houston Rockets have an ultra-talented roster, and Ime Udoka is not the kind of coach that's going to put somebody out there if he feels they're not ready, especially on the defensive side of the ball.
But as great of a scorer as you are, I look at that roster. I look at Kevin Durant. I look at Jabari Smith. I look at Sengun. I look at other guys that can put the basketball in the hole. You do not want to be a guy in this league that if he's not making shots, we have to take him out the game. What are you looking to add to that team that if it's a night where it's not your night, it's Kevin's night, it's Van Fleet's night, it's this guy's night, what are you looking to add to make sure, hey, I'm still in the rotation, I'm still going to help us win this basketball game, and I'm going to prove that to the coaching staff?
Yeah, for sure. I think the biggest thing this summer was getting in the weight room and defensively, just working on defense. Like, we had probably a 2 to 3 week stretch. My workouts were straight defense. Like,
I love that.
I wasn't touching the basketball the first 40 minutes. It wasn't very fun, but, it's something we got it done. So, like.
And so Reed Shepperd definitely looks like he's been in the weight room. He looks a lot stronger. He looks a lot more sure of himself. And Reed Shepperd was always a player, from what I saw last year, that was going to compete on the defensive side of the ball. And I think for Reed Shepperd, it was just fine-tuning some things, learning how to not get beat off the dribble. And so I think those are some of the things that he probably worked on with Ime Udoka and the Houston Rockets coaching staff, because he looks tremendous out there.
Defensive effort. Simpson knocked away by Shepperd. Simpson. Shepperd read that correctly for the steal. The lefty fit. Sanders looking to get around Reed Shepperd. He does, and Shepperd with the block. If you're asking, hey, who is Reed Shepperd as a defender?
So far, good.
So he's undersized, gets beat, and then beats it up.
And I was one of those guys that I thought that Reed Shepperd should have been untouchable. Him along with Jabari Smith Jr., those were the 2 names that we were hearing that could possibly be involved in that Kevin Durant trade that went down this summer.
This offseason, teams inquire with the Rockets, ask about you. The Suns, I was told, asked about you. You were made untouchable in those conversations. So what do you feel when you hear that? What kind of motivation does it give you? How do you feel just about where you stand right now?
Yeah, I think it's really cool. For me, this is my first year dealing with all the offseason, the trades. So it's kind of crazy seeing all of it go down. But like you said, hearing some of that stuff is pretty cool. It gives me a lot of confidence just going into the gym, continue to work on everything I've been working on this summer, just getting better and just really looking forward to the season and trying to help as much way as I can.
Is that something like the GM tells you, like, hey, listen, like a team called about you, but we're not trading you. Like, you're good, you're untouchable. Like, did you hear that verbatim?
No, not really.
All right, so I'm telling you.
No, now.
You get to break that news.
That's why he's smiling.
See, this is.
And outside of Ime Thompson and Şengün, those were the two players that I felt had probably the best upside and also were the best fit for this Houston Rockets team. You're talking about Jabari Smith Jr. and Reed Shepperd, two players that are unselfish, almost to a fault, almost. But that's my kind of player, and that's a coach's kind of player, because those kind of players, you don't necessarily have to give them 20 shots a game for them to be happy. It's about taking the right shots. And so this is why a lot of people are expecting big things out of the Houston Rockets. And also Reed Shepperd. And two Hall of Fame players that you keep hearing when it comes to Reed Shepperd, as far as comparisons go, are Chris Paul and Stephen Curry. And I'm probably leaning more towards Chris Paul because I think Reed Shepperd has an opportunity to be more of a complete player than Stephen Curry. Because as great of a shooter that Reed Shepperd is, he's just as dangerous as a passer. And not just a passer, a facilitator of the ball. He's not necessarily looking to make the assist, he's looking to make the right pass. And that helps a team out tremendously. And then also, of course, on the defensive side of the ball, he's a menace. And so that's why I lean more towards Chris Paul than I do the Stephen Curry analogies. But that's my take on it anyways. You guys go ahead and chime in below. Let me know what y'all think about Reed Shepperd. And hopefully we get a chance to see Reed Shepperd at least a few more times during the Summer League. Hopefully they don't shut him down. Because with a player like Reed Shepperd, I think you got to continue to let him show out and dominate in the Summer League. And then hopefully a lot of that confidence will carry over into the season and they can go from there. But go ahead and chime in below. Let me know how y'all feel about it. And as usual, peace and chaos.